So starting off with the housing options, Knightdale is one of the top 2 fastest growing places in terms of new construction. It's often seen as a cheaper alternative to living in downtown Raleigh while still maintaining access to downtown and Research Triangle Park, or RTP. To get a little bit more specific about it, the median sales price of a home in Raleigh is roughly $455,000. This is in comparison to Knightdale's roughly $378,000 median sale price that they had in October. Now, I want to get even a little bit more specific, so I prepared 2 homes for you that I picked out on the MLS that are active right now. And the first one that I have for you is listed at $234,000. This is the cheapest listing that I found in Knightdale. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 826 square foot townhome. Now this one is quite a bit below the median sales price, but what I'm trying to do is show what's possible with your money here. And this townhome in particular was built in 1988. So it's a little bit on the older side compared to the rest of Knightdale, but comparing it to the older homes that are located in Raleigh, especially in the historic districts, this is still quite a bit newer. As for the second home that I picked out, this is on the opposite end of the spectrum. This is the most expensive listing that's currently active as of December of 2024. It's listed at $1,150,000, consisting of 5 beds, 5 baths, and a total square footage of 3,747. This is built in 2022, so it's on par with a lot of the new construction that you're going to find in Knightdale. Now, while these 2 homes consist of the cheapest and the most expensive listings that are currently active, because of the median sales price that I mentioned earlier at $378,000, literally half of the homes that are active will be between that price point and the cheapest home that I showed you today. Now, zooming back out, the most expensive home that I mentioned, while that's uncommon to find a home priced that high, the concept of that is actually very consistent with what you're going to find here. It's new construction, it's in a modern community, and it's the typical suburban feel. Now, that being said, Knightdale is not going to be for everyone. If you prefer a more vibrant, high walking score community, then this is almost certainly not going to be the place for you. Alternatively, if you prefer buying a cheaper home relative to the Greater Triangle area, or you're just looking to buy a starter level home, then Knightdale is probably as ideal as it's going to get. It's going to be on par with other suburbs like Wake Forest. And so all in all, Knightdale is a great place to live if it matches what you're actually looking for. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to job options. Now, job options in Knightdale are pretty straightforward. It is a largely suburban place, so what you're going to find are small businesses and retail as the predominant employers. Now, because the Triangle is also known for medical, you're going to find a lot of Wake Med opportunities as well. It's also going to be pretty conducive for remote workers, as a lot of these new construction homes, especially as a response to COVID, have home offices in mind from its design. Nonetheless, because it's 20 minutes from downtown Raleigh and roughly 30 minutes to the outskirt of Research Triangle Park, you're still going to maintain a healthy amount of access to the plethora of jobs that are enjoyed by those that are more centrally located. Now, on the topic of commuting to work, you're definitely going to suffer from urban sprawl living out here because, like I said earlier, with the main set of roads being a cross or a plus sign going through Knightdale, that means all the traffic that's going to Raleigh or to the RTP is going to be also leaving and coming back on that same road. So morning rush hour, lunch rush hour, and post-work rush hour are certainly going to be a thing. They can affect your commute from anywhere as adding 5 minutes to as much as 15, depending on the severity and or if there are any accidents. Now, like I said, the job opportunities in Knightdale are pretty straightforward. It's your standard suburban retail with access to the major metropolitan area. With that, let's go ahead and move on to our last section, lifestyle. I'm going to be pretty blunt about lifestyle. With any of these suburban areas, it's pretty much hit or miss. By that I mean, if you're okay with the suburban lifestyle, then it's a hit. But if you're looking for the high vibrance, high walking score lifestyle, then it's going to be a miss. That being said, I would say that Knightdale favors families. It's part of the Wake County Public School System, meaning it has access to some of the best education in the nation, and it has plenty of family-friendly parks and events. Besides Knightdale Station Park, which I'm standing right now in an amphitheater that puts on live events, you're also going to find farmers markets and community-driven events located here, but it also has access to many walking trails, a lot of recreational sports leagues, especially for kids, anything from baseball, soccer, and I haven't been there myself, but right over the hill off camera is a disc golfing course. And as far as dining and entertainment, it's going to have a decent amount of options, and for those who aren't a big fan of what's located around here, of course it has access to downtown Raleigh. They're also known for community-driven events like bringing food trucks and having live music. So besides family-centric events, the only other interest that I could really think of is for those who really just don't like being in the city, but still prefer to have access to it. So in conclusion, lifestyle, it really just depends on what you're looking for. Just know what Knightdale offers, and if that's good for you, then great, and if it's not, then I advise you look elsewhere. Circling back to the main question, is Knightdale still worth living in 2025? My answer is it just depends. I would say its greatest strength compared to the rest of the triangle is its affordable housing. Outside of that, it just really depends on if suburban life is for you. One of the major benefits of living here is due to the amount of new construction and development within the triangle, you're pretty much guaranteed to have appreciation, save there's no crash like in 2008. I would conclude this is great for starter homes or for families. So with that, that's all I have for today's video. Hope that helps, and I'll see you next week.